lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Hockey with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cronin.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Huntington North Gymnastics Regional, where the top 3 teams and the top 6 individuals will hope to make it to the 46th annual state championship at Worthern Arena on the campus of Ball State University. My name's Jeff Mahoney, bringing you the play-by-play action for today, and in the booth with us, we have Lindsay Olson, who's a 2004 graduate of Wawasee High School. So she represents the Wawasee sectional here that Elkhart Central did win with a score of 107.2. Wawasee finished in second place and DeKalb in third. So each one of those 3 schools will be competing in today's regional. Also joining us will be Pam Lapsley, a Bishop Dwenger graduate from 2000. She'll represent the Concordia Lutheran sectional, where Carol knocked off the 10-time defending sectional champion Bishop Dwenger with a score of 111.775 to take first place. Bishop Dwenger took second place with a score of 110.65, Homestead in third. So, of course, Dwenger competing without its star all-around gymnast, Elaine Cornwell, and she's been out for about 3 weeks now after suffering a knee injury. So, Pam, it's got to be kind of disappointing for the Dwenger team not getting number 11 in a row. Obviously, a lot of success goes with the Bishop Dwenger program. They are synonymous with gymnastics and success. But a very tight finish and a really strong performance for Carol, the Lady Chargers, pulling off the sectional championship. So your thoughts on that sectional?
Well, my thoughts on that sectional are, I think it was really, really awesome for the younger teams, or for the younger girls, to really step up and show what they can do. So it also demonstrates what deep field we've got at Dwenger. So they were able to finish I think that was their season high at sectionals without their top competitor. So I think that demonstrates a lot of talent coming from the Dwenger side.
And looking over at the Wawasee sectional, Elkhart Central taking it with a score of 107.2, nearly 3 points ahead of Wawasee. So it sounds like, Lindsay, they had a really strong performance there at the Wawasee sectional.
Yes, they most certainly did. I wasn't there to be able to view that sectional. I went to the Fort Wayne sectional, but Elkhart Central's had a strong team for a number of years, and just proud of Wawasee for their accomplishment and for them to be able to make it to this regional.
Now, Lindsay, you spend a lot of time with the Carroll Gymnastics program, is that correct?
I do, yeah. I coach several of the girls at Summit Academy, and so come close to them. So super proud of the girls and what they were able to do. I know that they were really looking forward to taking home that sectional title, and they certainly pulled through.
We'll talk about the vault for this Carroll Gymnastics team. The girls took 1, 2, 3 in the vault, led by sophomore Carol McKinley, Jillian Hoffman, and Ashlyn Steinke, juniors. So those 3 taking top 3 in the vault. Seems like that's their strongest event.
That is, yes, that was great. I think that they were the last rotation on that event as well, so that truly helped them pull out those scores.
That's McKinley Carroll, the top gymnast there for Carroll High School. Looking at the bars, it was Homestead's Catherine Milan.
Milne.
Excuse me?
Milne.
Milne, thank you very much. I appreciate that. The junior from Homestead taking it on the bars with a score of 9.575, a full point ahead of Sophia Wright Turfinger. So that's a very strong performance there. I imagine she's going to be one of the top competitors here in regional to look out for in that event. Over on the beam side, once again, it was McKinley Carroll, the sophomore from Carroll, taking it with a score of 9.525, taking first place over her teammate, Ashlyn Steinke. Once again, winning that one by nearly a full point. And then over on the floor, Catherine Milne, the junior from Homestead, winning her second event with a score of 9.7. So right away, two names you're really going to have to keep an eye out for is Catherine Milne, along with McKinley Carroll from Carroll and Homestead High School. And then also Sophia Wright-Turfinger, who took the all-around, the senior from Bishop Dwenger, with a score of 37.65. Now this was a very, very tight event here, and she took it right in front of the sophomore McKinley Carroll from Carroll High School. 37.65 was the winning score there in the all-around. So heading into this regional competition, looking at the competitors from that Concordia sectional, anybody really stand out to you today heading into this meet based off the week of preparation? And Lindsay, we can start with you.
I think with Sophia from Bishop Dwenger, she has absolutely gorgeous form, and same thing with Christine from Homestead. Her form is just absolutely amazing, and that's how she was able to take away the 9.7 winning floor score. It was an absolutely gorgeous routine.
And at this point in IHSA competition, we're already at regionals. There's just going to be one more meet after this one for the young ladies. So it's no longer about adding different kind of things to your routines. It's more about just being polished, zero deductions, just having a flawless performance. Is that correct?
You got it, yes. It's just perfecting everything that they've been working all season, sticking all those landings, nailing all the turns. It's just really perfecting everything that they've been working on.
So out of the Wawasee High School sectional, the top winner in the vault was Elena Vanderswag out of Elkhart Central, a 9.325 to take first place. She won it over Regan Atwood from Wawasee, who is a senior who had a 9.275. Once again, Elena Vanderswag, the junior from Elkhart Central, took the bars with a score of 9.3. The next closest competitor was at a 8.75, so a huge gap there between number one and number two. And it was Jada Parsnot, the junior from Wawasee, taking second place in that event. Looking at the beam, Regan Atwood, senior out of Wawasee, winning it with a score of 9.325 over Skylar Reveal, a senior from Elkhart Central, with a score of 9.2. So Regan Atwood from Wawasee taking the beam. And from DeKalb, taking the floor is Shilo Miller, a junior. She won it with a score of 9.75. So once again, it looks like it's pretty open here at the Wawasee sectional as far as a lot of good gymnasts excelling in different events. Winning the all-around was Elena Vanderswag. She took two of the individual competitions, winning the all-around with a 36.775. This was a very tight competition between her and her teammate, Skylar Reveal, who was in second place with a 36.225. Coming out of the Wawasee sectional, any of these names really stand out to you, Pam? Obviously, we got schools ranging from DeKalb, East Noble, Warsaw, Angola, so pretty much covers everything north of Fort Wayne and west. But any of these names really stand out to you? Any of these young ladies that you really know?
I've watched Regan Atwood a couple of times over the years, and she seems to be improving drastically every year I see her. So I think she's going to be a good competitor to watch.
Well, take us through this competition. How's it going to start off? Are we going to have all the events going on at once? Are we going to jump around from one to the next?
Yep, we're going to have probably 2 teams on 2 events, and then 1 team on the other 2, and then we're going to have the individual competitors kind of sprinkled in there. So it averages out to be about 8 to 10 competitors per event. So this meet's going to take significantly less time than last week. So everybody's going to be kind of going at once. So it can make it a little difficult to watch at times, but it's very, very exciting. And we've got a lot of talent here today. And I think we're going to have a lot of surprises today. We are going to have probably one of the most exciting competitions up this way in the state of Indiana.
Well, looking at that too, when you look at the most team state championships here in 45 years of gymnastics at the IHSA level, Valparaiso has the most state championships with 12. Homestead's right behind them, halfway behind them, at 6 championships. Dwenger at 5. Kind of interesting that the top 3 teams in the history of state competition come from northern Indiana, most specifically the Fort Wayne area. It really speaks to just how the Fort Wayne area has been able to build off of its success, starting with Homestead there in the early 90s, and then Dwenger really picking up what they've had to offer. But what do you really attribute that success to? Pam, we can start with you.
I think that comes down to not only do we have talented girls here in the area, but we've got some phenomenal coaches that have been around for a long time. We have 2 really, really great clubs here, and a lot of these girls have been coming out of these clubs for years and years and years. And the longer they're around, the better talent we have coming out of here. And then Elkhart, there's a gym up there called Lakeland. And they, I've been to a lot of competitions with those gymnasts. Yeah, they're a little younger, but that's a phenomenal gym that way, and I think that's why you get a lot of talent up in that northwest corner of Indiana.
Lindsay, being from the Wawasee area, growing up, gymnastics really strong in that area as well, and what kind of drew you to Fort Wayne?
Well, with growing up in the Wawasee area, we didn't have the luxury of having a nice gym in the area, so I had to travel. I was either traveling to South Bend or traveling to Fort Wayne, so I worked out at Summit Academy, excuse me. Worked out there for a number of years and then switched gyms to Michiana. So it's just been, the gymnastics program is even growing more now, though, in the Wawasee area. I know that Coach Nika Prather there at Wawasee, that she's offered a number of different clinics, whether it be over the summer, but they're adding in different classes so that they can expand that in that area.
Well, it's kind of neat. I've lived throughout the country a little bit. And being out in Los Angeles, people have told me about the Spies Fieldhouse, so it makes Fort Wayne known kind of nationally that they'll take their AAU basketball teams to the Spies Fieldhouse and compete. Well, when I was in Naperville, Illinois working, I met a few gymnasts, and they had glowing things to say about the Fort Wayne area, northern Indiana gymnastics, and it certainly does show on the nationwide scale. Rosemarie Nix, longtime coach for Bishop Dwenger High School, really kind of setting the bar high here in the area for high school competition. Pam, you played underneath Rosemarie. What was that like?
She is an excellent coach. She really can get down on the kids' levels and explain things to them so clearly and concisely, and that's how I think at the end of the day you get the best performance out of the kids, is when they feel like they have somebody that really cares about them and is extremely supportive of them and wants the best for that child.
So it sounds like she has a lot of patience, and she does a very good job of instructing.
Yes, extremely patient.
Does she ever get upset when things don't go her way?
Yeah, but it doesn't let her get her down, and she always has a smile on her face. Yeah. So I think that's really, really good for the kids.
I don't think she'll ever show it.
No, you never know when she's frustrated. Yeah. You never do.
Yeah, and really, I feel like a great gymnastics coach can really venture off into other sports and coach as well, because a lot of it's discipline, it's that love, it's this absolutely the attention to detail. So we're getting ready to start with our procession in. We have 12:01 here is the time in Huntington, Indiana. We're in the northeast portion of Indiana, about 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne. Today's event is brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts. And folks, we're going to cut it short real quick here for the introductions. We're going to turn it over to our PA announcer. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. At Parkview Sports Medicine, our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, ParkviewSportsMedicine.com is the new go-to for local sports. As first, we have our individual performer from Angola. Next is the Bishop Dwenger team that took second place at the Concordia Sectional. They will be followed by the strong Carroll Charger squad that knocked off these Lady Saints. The Lady Saints were a 10-time defending sectional champ, and the Lady Chargers took the victory this past Saturday. Behind Carroll, we'll have our individual from Concordia, Regan Tomey. Behind her is the DeKalb team from Auburn, Indiana, the Lady Barons. Following the Lady Barons out of East Noble, we have two competitors, Sierra Honeycutt and Maya Hudson. Elkhart Central with the black tops following. And right behind Elkhart Central is Homestead, the Lady Spartans. Huntington North will be represented by Danielle Coral. Lakeland, it's Whitney Ray. Plymouth, Kyla Heckman. From Warsaw, Remy Beckman. And this is the Wawasee team. Nika Prather is the coach of Wawasee. Homestead's coached by Jody Hardwick. Elkhart Central's coached by Kathy Crowder. DeKalb by Caitlin Wolf. Bishop Dwenger by Rose Nix. And Carroll by Rosemary Shield.
To host the 46th IHSAA Girls Regional Gymnastics Tournament. To you, we extend our warmest greetings and best wishes for an exciting and eventful tournament. We will strive to make this occasion as worthwhile and memorable as possible. As members of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, it is our intent to conduct all athletic events within a framework of good sportsmanship. We expect and encourage an atmosphere of courtesy and fair play toward meet judges, contestants, and spectators. All of the participants have agreed that the decision of the judges is final. Your cooperation is appreciated. The Huntington County Community School Corporation is committed to providing all students, staff, and visitors with a tobacco-free environment. Therefore, the use of any tobacco products on the grounds of school facilities is prohibited. Pass-outs will not be issued at any time during the meet. We thank you for your cooperation. At this time, we would like to meet all of our participants. From Angola, Emily Bracey, with Coach Missy Evans. Bishop Dwenger, Elise Boatwright, Sydney Kahn, Elaine Cornwell, Emma Doyle, Jenna Ferris, Mary Fian, Coral Haiti, Rachel Lansover, Ellie Sachs, Marie Schenkel, Ava Stahl, Elizabeth Tippmann, Sophia Wright Triflinger, and Olivia Zimmerman, with Coach Rose Nix. For Carroll, Andrea Alderdice, Alexis Barcelona, McKinley Carroll, Rachel Davis, Laura Dorsey, Emily Falk, Lillian Gerardo, Samantha Gibbons, Kylie Getz, Bella Gaelson, Sayla Hochstetler, Jillian Hoffman, Allison Daneko, Alice Smith, Ashlyn Steiche, and Coach From Concordia, Reagan Toomey, with Coach Dawn Patterson. From DeKalb, Kristen Azeu, Sarah Boyd, Allison Burton, Maddie Gordon, Jessie Gordon, Shilo Miller, Brittany Williams, and Coach Caitlin Wolf. From East Noble, Sierra Honeycutt, Maya Hudson, with Coach Candace Mobley. For Elkhart Central, Riley Dingwood, Ellie Dobson, Abigail Downs, Mia Ashton, Sochi Gallegos, Amara Johnson, Estella Pedras, Skylar Revell, Mackenzie Scott, Helena Strudel, Elena Vandersquake, and Coach Kathy Crater. From Homestead, Nadia Barron, Megan Carr, Olivia Cronin, Brooke Ryder, Leah Metellus, Catherine Milne, Emma Puckett, Jenna Seitz, Lydia Thompson, and Yana Ware, with Coach Jody Hardwick. From Huntington North, Danielle Coral, with Coach Mandy Martin. From Lakeland, Whitney Ray, with Coach Cheryl Haberdeck. From Plymouth, Kyla Heckman, with Coach Amanda Bender. Warsaw, Remy Beckman, with Coach Tanya Douglas. And Wawasee, Reagan Atwood, Caitlin Baker, Megan Beer, Alyssa Minix, Jada Korzigna, and Andrea Wegener, with Coach Nika Prather. At this time, we ask that everyone please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please face the west end of the field house as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Moments away from the start of today's regional. We are here at the Huntington North Fieldhouse, and a huge shout out to Athletic Director Chris Toish, doing a great job making sure that we are set up here properly to bring you guys today's gymnastics action. Last night at Huntington, there was some exciting basketball being played. Hank Pulver from the Huntington North Vikings hits the game-winning buzzer beater, a three-pointer, to put Huntington North over Wayne 56-55. So about 12 hours ago, this place was rocking. There was a lot of excitement, and the excitement's getting ready to start up here at the Fieldhouse as we have 6 teams and a number of individuals looking to advance to the 46th annual state championship, which is played at the absolutely beautiful Worthern Arena on the campus of Ball State. Now that was just moved to Ball State for the 2010-2011 season when Valparaiso was able to knock off Bishop Dwenger for a state championship. But they are in year number, I think, 8 at Ball State, and what a beautiful facility moving from Perry Meridian High School. Ladies, having that event at Ball State really gives it a big-time feel. It's a really nice venue.
Yeah, it feels a little like a college beat.
I would have to agree here. So teams getting together here, just trying to get each other pumped up for today's competition. Take us through this moment, Lindsay, right now. A lot of nerves going on, I imagine, for these athletes.
Oh, yes, especially the seniors, that it could potentially be their last meet. So definitely have high hopes they make it onto state, and wishing them all the best of luck.
You know, one of the things I did notice when you're looking at all-around champions and a lot of the individual event champions throughout the history of the IHSAA, a lot of times it's the freshmen and sophomores, mostly the sophomores, that do really, really well in these competitions.
I would tend to agree with that statement. I think they're really starting to hit their stride. Usually freshmen are pretty nervous when they're coming in and starting the high school competitions. So I would say by sophomore year, they're in really good shape. They're really, really at ease mentally, and that does wonders when you're out there competing.
Now, of course, Dwenger's competing without their best gymnast in Elaine Cornwell, and she's actually a senior. She won the all-around at the Concordia Invite, scores of 37, but she's a senior, and 3 weeks ago hurt her knee in a dual meet, so it's very sad that she will not be able to compete today. We obviously wish her all the best, but just tell us a little bit about Elaine and what she was able to bring to this program.
Elaine is one of the most mentally toughest girls I've ever met. She is so positive, and she's really, really, really cheering these girls on. She's super disappointed that she can't be competing at her best. We might see her go on bars. I did see her warming up on bars, so we might see a little action from her today, surprisingly. So she's got to be pretty pumped about that. I saw her get injured at the dual meet. It looked to be a pretty severe knee dislocation, so she's taped up pretty well right now, so she's probably still in some pain, but she's trying to be extremely positive about this whole experience.
Gymnastics as a sport, the growth of it, do you feel like it's still growing, or has it plateaued in the last 10 years?
Well, I know it's been a struggle, and it's when I was coaching at DeKalb High School that they were entertaining getting rid of the program, and so we've had to fight to keep the program alive in the high school arena. So I'm glad that it's still around, and I hope that it continues to grow, and I think that broadcasting it more and getting more kids involved with the sport, because it offers so much more than just the athleticism. It's the, the self-discipline and accountability, that it just different life skills that it builds as well.
Absolutely. So looks like over here on the beam we'll have our first competitor, and I believe we got Wawassee's Caitlin Baker going to be the first performer on the beam. Over on the floor looks to be DeKalb, and it'll be Kristen Azu, the first competitor for the Lady Barons. Over on the bars, first up will be Homestead, Nadia Barron. And then, folks, we apologize, the vault's a little bit tucked away behind the floor. We're going to do our best to get that to you. But Carol's going to start off on the vault. It's going to be Ella Smith.
It'll be interesting to see how they do this time, because they are first up on vault as opposed to being last on sectionals.
You read my mind, Pam. I was thinking the same thing.
Is there one event that might be a little harder to start with than another?
Yes.
Is that the vault?
No. I prefer going first on vault. That's just one of the fastest and easiest ways to kind of get out there and shake your nerves off. So I would tend to say vault's one of the better ones to start on.
Now, from the outside looking in, the beam's the scariest to me.
Hands down, beam is scarier. That thing is 4 feet up and 4 inches across. And when you are nervous and you are up there shaking and you are praying you don't fall, that can be a very, very stressful event.
Well, just real quick, do you guys Throughout your history of gymnastics, do you have a favorite performer on the beam? Someone that really did a good job that you guys have been able to witness?
Kim Zemeskel, hands down. She's the one that brought us, I think, the multiple layout step outs on beam. And she was just so peppy and full of life. I loved watching her on floor, too.
Well, it looks like here the state champion is Laura Suspansky with a 9.8. So she's the record holder at state in the balance beam. Once again, she was a 2-time all-around state champion for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And it looks like we're on the beam over here. And this is Wawasee. And I'm going to let you girls take it over. That's Caitlin Baker.
Nika has been coaching the Wawasee High School team. I believe this is her 30th year. So it's just amazing how long she has been with the program.
DeKalb starting on floor.
So we'll move over to the floor where it's Christian Azu. So what did we have there on that first pass?
Poor Nadia. She's trying to do
I got distracted.
Switch tip and her hand slipped off.
So this will be our second pass coming up. And on the floor routine, we have 3 passes in total. Is that correct?
That is correct. Front handspring, front layout.
When you talk about a flawless performance, I'm sure all this little stuff in between is extremely important.
Yeah, all their dance passes are judged just as harshly as their tumbling passes. So here we go for her last pass. She's got the 2 back handsprings into a back tuck, and that adds an extra 10th for her difficulty level. So you're going to see a lot of people add that second back handspring on their last pass. So nicely done for DeKalb.
So it looks like right now we got the beam. And once again on the beam is Wawasee. I believe this is Regan Atwood. We've already had 1 competitor on the beam. The second up.
Oh, those full turns. Those full turns are tricky. They look simple, but I think they're one of the hardest skills on beam.
Ladies, if you see somebody competing on the vault or somewhere where we need to go, just let us know.
Yeah, we're probably going to want to pan over to vault. It looks like Ella Smith from Carroll's up. She's got a beautiful suit.
So we got Ella Smith.
Yep, this is Ella Smith. It's her first vault. Okay, yeah.
Great. I'm
nice.
so glad she pulled out the pike. She's just been competing the tuck most of the season.
Yes, she has. It was nicely done.
So Ella actually finished, she's a sophomore at Carroll, took 6th place in the vault at sectional.
I don't think she's peaked yet either, so we can see some great things coming from her junior and senior year.
She has so much determination.
Mm-hmm. Very hard worker.
So, yes, very driven.
Well, here we go. Gonna look for some improvements.
So this will be Jillian Hoffman from Carroll.
Almost a little higher. That second vault's probably going to count for her score. And then it looks like Yana Ware's getting ready to go from Homestead on bars. Probably going to want to pan over and watch Yana on bars.
Looking at the top team scores coming in, Carroll with a 111.775. So the 3 top teams from Dwenger, or excuse me, from the Concordia sectional with the top 3 scores. Elkhart Central with a 107.2 would be the 4th top ranked team. say that's Nadia Barron?
No, that's Yana Ware. Nadia just finished.
So Yana Ware on the bars.
She's coming back from an injury this year too, so she's been out. So that was an excellent dismount from Yana.
So those three, they call those giants when they go around?
Yep, those are giants.
And what was our dismount or the?
That was a layout dismount.
Layout dismount, okay. DeKalb just now finishing up on the floor. Looks like our third competitor from Wawasee about ready to get going on the beam. So it looks like the teams get started and then they mix in the individuals in between the teams?
Yeah, I think that's a lot easier from the judges' perspective, a lot easier to keep those scores coming.
So on the vault we have Carol.
Yep, it's Jillian Huffman getting ready to go. She's very powerful.
Her second one was better on that one.
So Jillian Huffman on the vault took second place at the sectional. She is a senior. She took second place with a 9.45.
She's another one that's really been improving this year, I believe. Her vault's just getting better and better and better, and her floor's been phenomenal. She's always been pretty strong on beam, but I would say her vault and her floor looking really, really good this year.
So next will be Ashlyn Steinke for Carol.
She'll be another one to watch. When she's on, she can be trouble. She is going to be, I bet she's going to be in top.
And then on the beam would be Regan Atwood. So does it pretty much stay true to the third competitors in each event will go at the same time, or do we usually get to the fourth competitor and still be stuck on two at a different event?
Sometimes yes, but most of the time not. Usually bars will go. Bars and vault tend to run a little bit quicker than floor and beam. I would say usually floor takes the longest.
Well, Steinke getting ready on the vault.
It's called a Yurichenko pike.
That was beautiful.
That was very nice. You know, like I said, we got to watch out for that one.
Then over on the bars, we have Homestead.
That looks like Olivia.
Cronin wet.
Oh, yeah. Excellent double back. Wow.
So
not easy.
Now on the floor, that is DeKalb's third competitor, Sarah Boyd. Floor seems to be everybody's favorite event.
Oh, yeah. Floor is the most fun to watch. Tumbling and the jumps are really, really exciting. People hear the music and they want to see what's going on. So that's the only event they do to music. I wish they did beam to music. I think that made beam a little more fun.
Is it distracting if you're on another event and the music starts?
Not necessarily. I know a lot of times when the gym's silent, they like to have the music playing, especially on beam. They'll pipe some music in for the competitor up on beam, because when it's quiet, it's just so nerve-wracking. She's got a really cool, energetic floor routine. Whoa. Ashlyn Steinke just did a very, very nice second vault.
And you guys saw that in the background there with Ashlyn Steinke. Once again, that's Sarah Boyd, DeKalb.
Nice floor routine there.
Then over on the beam is Atwood from Wawasee.
They must have had a change in the lineup because I don't see Beer on the rotation list.
Usually in warm-ups, they'll bring 5 competitors and they'll warm up 5 competitors, and whoever's on that day, they'll select the top 4.
So that last, was that a back handspring that she did up on the beam?
Yep. Front pike dismount. Now we've got Catherine Milne. She won bars at the sectionals, so she's putting together another strong bar routine.
Getting ready for a dismount.
Ooh.
Now will she get another opportunity at the bars?
No, she's finished. You get one turn. Vault's the only event you get to do twice.
And on vault, is that McKinley Carroll from Carroll High School?
Yes, that is.
Elkhart Central will be competing after Carroll on the vault. Wawasee's back up on the beam.
Looks like Bishop Dwanger's getting ready to go on bars. And DeKalb's got their last competitor up on floor.
So that is Shilo Miller, who's a favorite on the floor, and that's in the background. Carroll with the vault. Huge.
Huge vault from McKinley. Good. Very, very good.
Shilo now, once again, was she one of the
She's one of the ones to watch. Yeah, definitely one of the ones to watch here.
So when your music stops, you got to keep going. So now it's probably going to be off.
Could be.
What would cause the music to stop?
A lot of reasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was extremely exciting. It was a front tuck out of her last tumbling pass. Seems like the music cutting out didn't bother her one bit. Landed just a little short on that full. Yeah, I would say floor music cutting out didn't bother her one bit.
That was Shilo Miller. Over on the bars, we have Bishop Dwanger.
It's like Rachel's warming up.
Is that Sophia?
It's Rachel. Landstroffer.
Landstroffer.
Milne got a 9.475 on bars. It's a pretty good score with losing her footing as many times as she did coming off of the bar.
Winning the sectional, she had a 9.575.
So like I said, that's not bad.
What are they looking for as far as state score?
It depends what event. Usually bar scores tend to run just a little bit lower because I think bars is very difficult for these girls. So I would say if you want to be competitive at state, you've got to be ballpark 9.5s.
So Carroll is done with the vault. Elkhart Central will be up next.
It looks like they're just warming up right now.
And then up next on the floor, we're going to have Kyla Heckman from Plymouth. Now she's an individual performer today. Looks like we still have Wawasee up on the beam. That's Jada Harsnot. It's like Wegener got a 8.80.
So she's preparing for a tumbling pass on beam. Back walk over to a back handspring. That was nice.
That was really nice.
Oh, like she had her hips way out over to the side of the beam, which made that landing very difficult.
Often don't see those dismounts on beam.
No,
front gainer.
Looks like Dwanger's last competitor getting ready to go up on the bars. And on the floor once again, that's Kyla Heckman from Plymouth. Elkhart Central in the background, still warming up on the ball.
So that's Elise Boatwright getting ready to compete for Dwanger on bars. She's had some elbow and shoulder difficulty this year, so she has not been competing bars as frequently this year as she'd like to.
Looks like she was in the middle of the pack at the sectional. Boatwright with a score of 8.325, the sophomore from Dwanger. She took 14th place. Heckman here scored a 9.05, took 7th place at the Wawasee sectional on the floor. So we are going to go over to the bars.
Her legs up nicely on that low bar. They do touch the ground. The judges consider that a fall.
Good for her that she tried to throw her giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She hasn't had those giants in her routine for about half of the season. Just going to have another attempt. All she's got left is another giant or two, and then she does her dismount.
There she goes.
There, good for her.
Once again on the bars, that was Boatwright, so obviously they're not going in order. Whoever competed right before her had a really good performance.
That was Kathleen Milne from Homestead.
So it seems like it's really relaxed here at the regional.
Oh, looks can be deceiving.
Well, we're kind of in a lull in the action right now.
A bit of a lull, yeah. Vault is actually moving extremely slow.
Elkhart Central's been warming up for a little bit now.
And I believe this is Reagan Atwood getting ready to perform on beam for Wawasee.
So that was the first fault from Elkhart Central.
I believe Reagan's competing all around too, so she's going to be another fun one to watch today.
I haven't seen her compete since she was a freshman.
It was a nice switch weight.
Rachel's on bars. She has gorgeous form.
Yeah, she's got really nice long lines. She keeps her legs so nice and tight. Bit of a mistake on that kick right before her dismount. Her dismount's supposed to be a layout full, and it looked like she could only pull off a tucked flyaway.
It looks like her hands almost slipped off.
Yeah. Looks like a back walkover series on beam for Reagan. She's got some really nice jumps. Very clean, very precise.
Nice stuff landing.
Yeah, a pretty nice full, yeah.
Folks, today's broadcast is brought to you by Big Eye Fish. Big Eye Fish supports Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. It's been around Northeast Indiana area for generations. Originally located at a historic 1502 North Wells Street, you can also visit their express locations at 3001 Hillgrass Road. That was a nice vault by Elkhart Central. And their express location at 10380 Leo Road. Big Eye Fish has a 4.3-star ranking out of 5 with over 215 Google reviews. Find us at originalbigeyefish.com and bigeyefishexpress.com. Be sure to like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eye Fish. Parkview's new Ortho Express Clinic is your new home for all your orthopedic needs. Instant access to physicians, x-rays, physical therapy, performance, and other sports dietitians as we're going to go over to the bars.
This is Sophia, turfing her right. And Rachel got an 8.725 on bars. Dominger was really trying to look for those 9 scores here on bars. It's a nice Comanche dismount.
That was probably the biggest applause we've heard all day.
That was a good bar routine. Yes, they needed that.
Has she had that blind in all season, or did she put that in just for this meet?
I think she put it in just for this meet because I haven't seen it yet. She didn't do it at sectionals.
Looks like we got Elkhart Central on the vault.
That was a really nice pull off.
Oh, Reagan got a 9.275 on beam.
So now they are adjusting the vault to a higher level.
They're getting the safety zone out too, so probably looking at another Yurchenko vault, which is a round-off back handspring entry. So that means the gymnast is jumping backwards onto the vault. I think that's their last competitor.
Well, entering today's competition, Valparaiso has the most regional championships of any school in the state of Indiana with 22. Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger right behind them with 20. Columbus North with 15. Columbus East with 13. Maryville with 11. Homestead with 9. Snyder's got 4 regional championships. Northrop with 3. Northside with 2. And Carroll out of Fort Wayne last won regionals in 2010. That's their only regional championship under their belt, but they do enter today as the highest ranked team at the regional, ranked number 4 in the state behind Chesterton, Valpo, and Columbus East. Homestead ranked at number 8, Dwenger at 11, Elkhart Central at 13, DeKalb at 14, and Wawasee at number 15. Those are the Indiana High School Gymnastics Coaches Poll top 16.
Sophia pulled off a 9.5 on bars. That's the highest score on bars we've seen today.
Folks, remember you can catch all the sectional championship basketball games tonight at New Haven. We have Angola taking on Concordia. At East Noble, it will be Carroll and Northside in a rematch of one of the most exciting games we've seen in the regular season when Nate Fish hit a three-pointer to win it for Carroll at the end. We have Homestead taking on Huntington North here at Huntington North, and that was a big vault. Elkhart Central.
Very big vault. We've seen a lot of good vaults today. That one was extremely nice. She was very, 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 very powerful.
Carroll's warming up on the bars.
Yeah, it looks like most of our competitors are heading into their second rotation.
Well, at Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance training offers athletes coordinated care and instant access at the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic inside the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Also, ParkviewSportsMedicine.com is your new go-to for local sports with scores and highlights for all area schools. PSM wants to celebrate the accomplishments of athletes on and off the field. Check it out at ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. Another big vault by Elkhart Central. Wawasee warming up on the floor. Carroll on the bars. Homestead will be up next on the beam. So has the regional competition changed much since you guys were competing?
Well, we were just discussing how usually it's the top 2 teams that get through to the state competition, but now they're allowing 3.
And another change, and it's changed a couple of times since back in my glory days, if you will. So DeKalb and Wawasee were in a different regional, so they have transferred. They used to be in Valpo Chesterton's regional.
Oh, Carroll had moved too. Carroll used to be up at Wawasee, correct?
Correct.
And they've moved twice. I want to say in the last 10 years, really. So yeah, things have been kind of shuffled around a little bit.
Just to give the girls an additional opportunity to make it into the state competition.
I would agree with that. So it looks like Homestead started their warm-ups on beam. So these warm-ups are timed, so they're usually pretty fast and furious.
As you've seen, the Carroll gymnasts over on the bars just going one after another. Looks like they're getting ready to compete.
Now Nadia on beam at sectionals, she fell 4 times, which is not like her at all. So hoping for...
Well, I've said before, watch out for Homestead. If they stick their beam routines, they can be very competitive, and they could run away with this regional title today. I was speaking with one of their coaches a couple of weeks ago, and she says that they usually have to take 3 falls at every competition. So if they can score a 107 with 3 big falls on beam, they can be very dangerous. So I think we need to pay close attention to what they're doing on beam.
So we just had our first competitor on the bars for Carroll High School. Ella Smith in the program to go first on the bars.
There's a Minix up on floor right now. I wonder if she's related to Betsy Minix. She competed gymnastics way back in my glory days at Bishop Dwenger. She was from class 2001. She actually scored a 10-0 on vault at one of our sectional meets. That was a pretty big deal.
Now, Walwasee's always been known for their choreography. They just always have wonderful dance.
Do you know who does their choreography?
Nika does a lot of it, but I know that she does have, I know that her daughter Tyranny sometimes comes in and helps out with the choreography as well. I've helped a few times in the past.
Homestead has some really beautiful floor choreography too.
Up on beam.
A little short on the back handspring on floor.
So over here on the beam is
Nadia Barron.
Nadia Barron.
So far, so good for her.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've coached her since she was about 7 years old. So I know her extremely well. And you're right. Falls for her are not that common. So they're probably extremely frustrating for her today, especially since that happened right at the end of her routine. So
on the bars, we have Carol, second performer.
Yep.
Is that McKinley Carol?
Yes, that is.
Wow.
Did you enjoy that dismount?
That was pretty intense. It sounds like her body kind of reverse directions in the air.
That's exactly what happens. That's called a toe front. So they're going forward off of the bar, kind of two ways. So they're swinging forward off of the bar, and then they have to propel their body forward into a front tuck position. And it's very difficult to land because it's a blind landing. You can't see where you're at. You just have to flip and trust your body knows where you're going to land.
Well, McKinley took 7th place at sectionals with a 9.2.
She's another all-arounder to watch as well. Looks like Steinke's going to be up on bars as soon as that score comes up for McKinley. I'm also curious to see what Nadia got over here on beam.
Up next for Homestead, we'll have Olivia Cronin.
Olivia's got some really good jumps on floor and beam. She's very, very powerful.
We'll stay over here on the beam.
Last minute coaching advice over here for Olivia. It's always nice to get some last minute advice when you're sitting there and you're kind of in your own head and somebody comes over and gives you some reassurance or some encouragement. It's always really, really good. Here goes Olivia. So like I said, over here for Homestead, we're looking for stuck beam routines. Olivia's very powerful and dynamic up there on beam. She's really working it very well, like it's a piece of floor. Nadia's got a 7.85.
Ashlyn Steinke just finished her routine on the bars with a flawless dismount.
Olivia's putting together a really nice beam routine.
She looks very confident.
Yeah, she does. Beautiful full turn. Like I said, those are so hard. Looks like all she's got. So dismount. Awesome.
Great milk
So
ball.
good for her. So good. We're still waiting on Stanky's score over here on bars.
Up next for Carol will be Jillian Hoffman. She'll be their last competitor on the bars.
She's an extremely intense bar worker. You should see how much that bar bends when she's flying around doing her giants. Very aggressive.
Such a strong and high tap that she has.
We have Yana Weir on the beam for Homestead, getting ready for her performance.
We need a split screen so we can watch bars and beam at the same time. All right, there goes Jillian on bars. Nice over under. She's been really working on that all summer, really hard.
Scored a 9.3 at the sectional.
You see how that
Her
bar
dismount.
bends. Yeah,
Look
yeah.
how high she's
So
flying.
nice.
Gorgeous.
Excellent lift. Excellent lift off the bar. When you let go of that bar when you're doing your dismounts, you want to continue to travel upward, and she does such a good job of that. All right, then we're going to watch Homestead, and we're going to hope for another stuck beam routine. And I think I just saw Stanky's score. Was that a
9.6?
Is that Stanky or is that? Did you see a 9.6?
I saw a
For her?
9.6. Is that vault at 8.9?
Vault's an 8.9, yeah, because she's from DeKalb. So they're all over there waiting for Jillian's score. Gonna kind of make or break how well they end up doing.
On the floor.
Beautiful straddle tips.
And a 9.2 for Olivia on beam. It's good. Yeah, Yana wears up now. She's another one. I've coached her and both Nadia.
Good girl, Nadia. Just nailed that back handspring.
Yeah, she did. Back handspring is really difficult to do. You won't see a lot of girls do that for their series on beam. And she did. She really nailed that. Yeah, I've coached her since she was about 6 or 7 too. And she's another one of those hard workers, extremely focused all the time. So there we go. Yeah. Another stuck beam. Yeah, good for them.
Something fierce today there for Homestead on beam.
Yep.
So we should have one more competitor for Homestead, Catherine Milne, for the beam.
And Reagan Atwood from Wawasee is up next on floor.
And Jillian's score looks like a 9.375.
That's great.
So that's another pretty high 9 on bars. And they'll use that. East Noble has some really cool floor routines too. They've got some great music, a lot of instrumental stuff going on.
So this is Milne. She had won the bars at the sectional at Concordia.
Milne finished in 11th place. The junior from Homestead scoring an 8.475 on the beam at Concordia a week ago.
Homestead girls are getting really, really excited over here. This is a big deal for them.
The beam being their best routine?
Yeah, this is the best they've ever looked on beam. So, and like I said before, they can be dangerous over here. If they throw together another really good routine, watch out for them.
Beautiful front full.
So we're on the floor?
From Reagan, yeah.
She had her leg up really nice for that wolf full.
Now it looks like Milne's going to start on the beam.
Again, I'd like to argue my point for split screen. Really nice late cross there. Let's hope she 9.475 for Yana Ware on beam.
Awesome.
There's your clincher.
Her highest score yet.
Catherine just stuck her series. So if we keep that momentum going for those girls on beam.
Shilo Butler just competed the Yurchenko layout on the vault. Looks beautiful.
Third stuck routine for Homestead. There we go.
So Homestead feeding off each other there on the beam.
Definitely.
For solid performances.
Yep, that's what you call momentum. And unfortunately it works the other way too. So if you have a fall, then it can kind of, and then everybody falls. Saw 9.7 over there on vault. Wow. So I'm assuming that was that layout you just saw, Lindsay, correct, for Shilo?
Yes.
That's a good score.
Shilo Miller, she was the last competitor for DeKalb on the vault, scoring a 9.7.
And she did the Yurchenko that we were just talking about, but we've only seen Yurchenko tuck so far today.
A pike?
Well, I think we have pikes coming. But she did a layout, which is a 10.0 start value. So in gymnastics, the higher the start value is, the better. You want to be as close to a 10 as possible when you start.
Looks like that's Elkhart Central on the uneven bars. So once again, we're in a warm-up period. Folks, we're going to take a bit of a timeout here. You're watching Regional Gymnastics here at Huntington North High School, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine.
The comets falling from the sky, 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 comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine.
It's kind of weird, I noticed.
And we are back on the floor. We just finished up with Wawasee. This is East Noble. Sierra Honeycutt.
Yeah, I said earlier, they've got some really nice choreography on the floor, too.
Maya Hudson on the floor.
Sierra's a senior this year too, correct?
I believe so, yeah. Nice floor routine for East Noble. Dwanger starting on beam. This is Ellie Sachs, Dwanger's first competitor, and she's a sophomore this year. Stuck her back handspring. All right. It's a good start. Who we got here on bars?
So it looks like that's Maya Chartu. Elkhart Central.
That was a pretty nice bar routine. I'm excited for East Noble's floor.
This is East Noble's second floor competitor. We had Maya Hudson, who just finished up. Sierra Honeycutt.
I coached her over the summer months at Summit Academy, and I haven't seen her perform her full routine yet. I'm excited to see her.
She's another fun one to work with too, because I coached her as well over the summer, and she's just very coachable, very receptive. She's got Game of Thrones floor music.
Nice 1.5 wolf.
It's a nice aerial. Okay, a little long.
It's a unique pass though, punch front, punch front.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't see that.
It's very difficult. It'll probably be the only one we see here today.
I think she just said ouch when she landed that last tumbling pass.
Yep. I hope she's okay. Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to have Emma Doyle, Bishop Dwanger, up next on the balance beam.
Yeah, she's got a really nice series to look for. She's got a back tuck, I believe.
Competing on the vault currently is Whitney Ray from Lakeland.
One of our individual competitors. Elkhart has some nice clean bars I'm seeing over there. They're not, the difficulty level isn't too high, but they've got some nice clean bars. I'd rather see clean bars over anything.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
There's the second ball as we're back over to the beam with Emma Doyle.
And she's a freshman this year. She had a bit of the freshman nerves earlier this season, but she's really coming into her own now and figuring it out. It's important you keep your chest up on those landings. You lean too far over the beam, you're going to go over. Getting ready for her tuck series.
Could tell she was off right from the jump.
You have a really good angle. Can you stare right down the center of the beam?
Just about.
So score's not going to be as high as they'd like. Looks like she chose to opt out of her series, so she'll be deducted for that and a fall.
So on the floor we have Huntington North's Danielle Coral.
Must be fun for her to compete in her home gym. Sounds like she has a lot of support here today.
The last competitor on bars for Elkhart Central is up. Last routine, they got an 8.8. That's
like I said,
score.
these clean routines are just so nice to see. Really nice handstand direction change. A little bit of a struggle. That last release. Just color toe catch. Wow.
That was nice.
Very impressive on bars. Yeah. One of those nobody sees them coming.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Bishop Dwenger back up on the beam.
It's Sophia. Turfling her right. And she's the senior this year, and she's waving at us.
Her form is just, her toe points, her lines.
She has a cool mount, too.
Mm-hmm.
She finished in third place at the sectional with a score of 9.375. McKinley Carroll from Carroll won the event.
She had a pretty nice bar routine, so maybe she can find some momentum from that. Have a really good bar, beam routine. So it seems like bars is rotating really fast today. It's one of the quicker events, but those judges have been on it. And Sophia's up. Very pretty beam worker here.
Missed her connection. Oh, but she's going to go for it again.
8.625 for Emma Doyle. Good. See, that decision there, that was good because now she gets credit for that series. So she took a chance, and that was a good decision. All that's left is the dismount. Tuck full. Landed a little short. Looked like that might have hurt her left ankle a little bit, but I think she's okay.
So on the floor we have Emily Bracey. Angola, her third pass.
9.25 for that last competitor on bars.
So that was Emily Bracey, the only Angola Lady Hornet competing today. So far, obviously Homestead had an extremely strong performance on the beam. Has Dwenger been able to keep up with them?
No. But these last two are really, really good beam workers, so there's still a chance to redeem themselves. Like Sophia will probably put together a pretty good score here, and then Rachel usually can too. So I haven't lost hope.
And this is Rachel Landstoffer.
Mm-hmm. She's another one that's got really, really pretty, graceful lines.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a back handspring series that's beautiful. So
she's so delicate, makes it look so effortless.
Mm-hmm.
On that last performance with Sophia, she did the back handspring and then almost fell and then did it again. Was that planned?
The almost falling?
No, the fact that she did it again.
Right. Yes, that was a smart move on her part, because she had. So what she did is she stopped in the middle of her series, so she knew it wasn't going to count as a flight series, so she started over essentially. So she'll have a deduction for the big bobble she had on the first back handspring, but now she's going to have credit for that really nice series pass. So
isn't that worth 2/10?
Yes.
Once again, we got Rachel Landstoffer.
Looks like we're just waiting for her to finish, and everybody's going to start moving to their third event when Rachel finishes.
Rachel's a sophomore, took 5th at the sectional meet in this event. She scored a 9.0.
And that was with the fall.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, the youngins doing quite well. And she has a very pretty toe point. She has ballerina feet. A 9.125 for Sophia. Rachel's preparing for her series. Back handspring. Good for her. Girl.
That looked really clean.
That was nice.
Yeah, she just kind of floats through the air when she makes her series.
Mm-hmm. And she's definitely one that's been improving and improving and improving and adding difficulty. So we'll probably see some really great things from her junior and her senior year.
Very nice routine.
Yeah, very nice routine for her. Very good. Good finish for Dwenger.
And Catherine Milne so far has the score to beat that we've seen at 9.475. So Rachel Landstoffer, kind of expect that score to be a little bit higher than that 9.125 that her teammate put up?
I think it'll be higher.
Yeah, I do too.
So we'll see how close it gets to that 9.4.
I think it'll be pretty close to the 9.4.
But yeah, once again, a very fluid routine. Kind of reminds me of one of our freshmen on the competitive cheer team at St. Francis, and Ryan Mckendree, who graduated from Carroll High School. But a long gymnast who just kind of floats in the air, like you were saying.
So it looks like everybody's moving over to their third event.
So this is pretty much the halfway point of the meet?
Yep.
It's moving quick.
I know. I just want to add a little plug in here about how hard these girls work. Gymnastics is a all year, all the time sport for these girls. So these girls don't really get any downtime whatsoever. And there's a couple of them who do a little bit of the JO work on the side. They can only do 2 meets for the Junior Olympics while they're competing for their high schools. So some of these girls are actually working out about 5, maybe 6 times a week currently. So some will practice with their team, and then they'll go into a gym and work an additional 10 hours or so. So it's dedication.
Throughout the course of the year, is there any break in the action?
No, never.
No 3 weeks off?
I mean, they can if they want to, but it's so
painful
hard.
getting back in.
Yeah, I mean, you work months to get a skill, and it can disappear in a matter of 2 weeks. So they've got to be on it all the time.
Well, during season, it's about perfecting the current skills that you have and polishing them. So in the off season, it's learning new skills, working on strengthening, endurance. It's
a lot of drill work.
Yeah.
So of all these gymnasts, how many of them do play multiple sports?
So we have a lot of track stars here with us today.
Okay.
I did notice, I've been coaching gymnastics for about 10 years, and a lot of the girls, they come out of gymnastics and they can go and do high jump and long jump like nobody can do. So
body control.
Yeah, we just saw Rachel go on beam, and she actually has the record over at Bishop DeWinger for the highest high jump for girls. Yeah.
And that was during her freshman year?
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah. So, and she had never done it until then, and she just kind of popped out of gymnastics, and like she even misses half of the track season because track season started a couple of weeks ago, and she just floats into there and she set a record.
What was her jump?
I think it was like 6'7".
What?
Maybe. I mean,
for
it was
high jump?
insane. Yeah.
No.
No. I don't know.
Maybe 5'7" for that?
The boys will clear 6'7", maybe 7
maybe
foot if they're really
it was something
good.
ridiculous. That's all I know. It was something ridiculous, especially for a girl. My dad coaches her right now, so he was just like, where did this girl come from? I was like, oh, gymnastics, Dad.
Well, they're also gymnasts are designed for pole vaulting because they have the upper body strength.
Right. There was a girl that I used to coach. Her name is Maggie, and her high school was going to be Cherubusco, and Cherubusco does not have a team. They're one of the schools that ended up dropping their program. And she was pretty disappointed, but when I pointed out track to her, she could do 6.0 in middle school for pole vaulting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's pretty impressive because apparently a lot of girls can't even get over.
Looks like we got DeKalb on the uneven bars.
There's a reverse flyaway. That's always an interesting dismount. It's kind of fun to do.
And Allison Burton is listed first to compete for DeKalb. And over here on the beam, we have Carol.
So once again, split screen, please, because
Homestead's on
floor. Yep.
I've already jotted that note down 3 times.
Thank you. I'll probably say it again.
But over here is Ella Smith.
Oh, shoot. She just fell on her back walk over back handspring series.
Seemed like she really attacked that move.
Yeah. She is she's aggressive all the way around. And what's great about Ella is she's not afraid to make a mistake. So you get some girls that are kind of timid and they seem to kind of progress a little bit more slowly, but Ella is able to progress really quickly because she goes hard and she brings it every day she comes to the gym.
Yes.
She's a sophomore, so she's another young one.
Ooh, looks like she tweaked her ankle on a round-off. Nice dismount.
On the floor, we have Homestead's Brooke Kreider. She's had 2 passes already.
Getting ready for her 3rd.
She took 14th at the sectional.
That was a really cool pass.
Back on the beam with Carol.
This looks like this Ashlyn. Nice back tuck. Very, very, very confident finish. Seems to be working very quickly.
Jill is up next on beam for Carol, and she just has, I just think, one of the best personalities. She's so coachable.
She's very sweet.
Yeah, she has fun, but she's also driven.
And she's a good teammate to have, too, for the younger girls. So she's really good at boosting confidence. Definitely a good leader.
Wawasee's competing on the vault.
Looks like Yana Ware will be up next on floor.
That's Jillian Hoffman from Carol on the beam. She finished in 6th place that sectional with a score of 8.875.
I think she placed 6th all around, too.
She did finish 6th in the all-around with a 36.6.
She's another hard one. She works really, really hard. And she likes to tear apart her performance after she's done, kind of overanalyze it. It's like
she's a senior.
Yeah. Boom.
She nailed that. She fell on that at sectionals.
Yeah. Nice routine for her so far. So she doesn't step out of her back handspring like you see everybody else. She lands with her feet together. Going to pan over to floor. Check out Yana Ware.
So we got Yana Weir Homestead on the floor. This is her first pass.
She ran really fast. Wonderful. That was a beautiful 1.5. Body laid out really nice and straight.
She took 4th place at sectional.
She's doing a really nice job right now.
Oh,
a little tight in her right shoulder. She was doing the front handspring, and I think that's what didn't set her off nicely for that layout. She has a strug. That is a full turn with a switch lead. Setting up for her last pass. Again, the double back handspring into the full for that extra 10th. Not too bad.
So next up on the beam is Ashlyn Stanky.
Looks like Carol knows they need to have a really good beam score. You see Jillian and Ella standing over there next to her. I told Jillian she would make a good coach someday.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
A great mentor.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We have the last competitor for DeKalb, I believe, up next.
Over on the uneven bars?
Yep. Jerigway. She had the really nice vault, correct? Jerigway, up on bars. I think that was that 9-7 vault.
No, that was actually Shiloh's.
That was Shiloh's? Who?
Yeah. Shiloh was last on vault, but she's already going on bars. She was their second competitor.
I think she had a really good vault, too.
So early on in this competition, we're in the third round here. Does it seem like Homestead kind of holds the edge, or is it too?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Homestead is definitely holding the edge here. They could be neck and neck with Carol.
Well, Carol's getting ready here.
Yep.
We'll have a better idea once they post their scores on the board for each event, for each team.
We don't want to leave Wawasee out of it either, because I think they scored similar to Homestead at their sectionals. I think they both had, what, 107s? So I wouldn't count them quite out either.
Well, Jill just got an 8-9 on the balance beam. I think they're judging
That's
pretty
a little
tough.
Yeah, I would say that was lower than I would have expected.
I agree.
But they've all been trending that way, so it's fair. It'll be really interesting to see if Homestead does better on beam today than Carol. That was a good routine. Yeah, very nice routine.
Now on the floor, we have Homestead's Olivia Cronin for her last pass.
She's a powerful tumbler, so very fun to watch on floor. Yep, she knows it. She's smiling. She can be happy with that routine, I think.
Well, the next one up for Homestead will be Catherine Milan, and she was your sectional champion on the floor.
Oh, Catherine Milne?
Milne, excuse me.
She scored a 9-7 at sectionals. Looking pretty strong today.
And it looks like McKinley Carroll will be the last competitor on the beam for Carol.
Looks like you'll have Reagan up on bars soon. Reagan Tomey. She scored high enough to advance to regionals to compete individually at bars. And she could probably put up a pretty high score as well.
Did she place at the sectional last week?
Yeah, I think so. And I think she just missed competing all around too.
So it's McKinley Carroll.
McKinley looks pretty good up there on beam.
Oh, Catherine just fell on her first pass on the floor.
Double full.
Yeah, she had so much power that she just kept going back.
That's disappointing for her. Usually she can bounce back. McKinley just finished an excellent beam routine.
So now on the floor, that was the second pass for Catherine Milne.
Yeah, it looks like she's keeping it together. Almost seems like she's really attacking that floor after that fall. Super aggressive.
There's Reagan on bars. Warming up.
Yeah, she'll be a fun one to watch on bars.
So good looking last third pass there for Milne. Seems like she finished very strong.
Yeah, it seemed like almost everything was near perfect except for that fall on her double full. I think she's the only one here that's doing a double full today.
Yes, I believe so.
So we have Dwenger warming up on the floor. Looks like Elkhart Central getting ready for the beam. So we still have Homestead to compete on the vault.
Yep.
Reagan Twarney from Concordia on the bars.
I believe so. Well, no, I think that's another individual.
Is that Plymouth?
Yeah.
Kyla Heckman?
Yeah, they're just rotating together and the coaches are helping each other out. It's really hard to do bar adjustments when it's just you. I've seen a lot of the coaches working together over there on bars. That's probably why bars is going so fast, because they're all right on it, ready to help each other out, which is nice to see.
And that's just with the adjustment of the height?
Yeah, you want to go up and down. You can go out, too. You can have the bars go further away from each other. A lot of it depends on what kind of skills the gymnast is doing between bars, how tall they are, etc. She's got some nice handstands. Milne got a 9.0 on floor, which is pretty nice with such a big fall.
She went out of bounds as well.
Right. Is that 2/10 deduction? If it's both feet?
1.
So that was Kyla Heckman from Plymouth High School. Looks like the vault's finished up there. We had 4 Wawasee competitors and 1 from Angola.
It looks like we've got our second rotation up on the wall.
Ellie Dobson, Elkhart Central.
Looks like Carol finished the highest with a 28.275.
It's kind of fair to say that they're in the lead at this point.
I would say 100%. Homestead's definitely tailing them. And we've got Dwenger after that, and then it looks like
So Bishop Dwenger on the floor. It will be Elizabeth Tippmann.
No, that's Emma Doyle.
That's Emma Doyle.
Are they out of order again? She really spots. When she's up there jumping in the air, she's really looking for where she wants to land.
Does she have a dance background, maybe?
She doesn't. She's just really, really good at that. And she does no back handspring into her full. And she's got some back issues. And that's why she's omitted so many of the back handsprings. She looks pretty confident on floor. She's doing a really nice job, even sneaking in those smiles. I love to see him smile on floor. Our front handspring, front layout, it was a beautiful layout. So nice and straight. It was right in front of the judge.
Reagan is up on bars.
Oh no. Saved it.
Oh, yeah, almost fell on her spot on.
No fall, but they're going to definitely notice the change.
Over-rotated her dismount.
Okay, nice strong finish for Emma Doyle on floor.
So that was Reagan Twarney from Concordia on the uneven bars.
Yep, she had a fall on the dismount. Almost had a fall on the low bar, but she was able to save it.
Very impressive performance, though. It seemed like she got a lot of height on that dismount.
I would say it's comparable to Jillian Hoffman's dismount.
Well, so far, the biggest score up there on the board is Carol in the uneven bars, scoring a 28.275. Nobody else has a 28 up there. 27.975 in the vault for Carol as well.
So that's almost a 28 there, too. So I would say they're pretty far ahead.
Yeah, the next closest to him would be Homestead on the beam, where they scored a 27.825.
It'd be interesting to see Carol's beam score up there next to Homestead's. I'm excited for that. So it looks like we're waiting for Libby Tippmann, which is up on floor, next for Dwenger. Libby's going to be another one to watch for next year as well, because she keeps adding increased difficulty, and she's capable of a lot more than what we're seeing today. So keep that in mind when you're watching. Another really sweet girl, hard worker.
So she took 9th at the sectional, the junior from Dwenger, with a 9.175. Third best for her team.
So I know she's also been working a full on floor, because normally in her first pass she does a half. So not sure if they'll add that today or not. I guess we're going to find out. She did the same routine last year, changed the tumbling passes obviously, but just interesting to see what she's going to do. Just the half. Really good smiler, really getting into that routine. Front handspring, front full. Her and Emma both had really nice front handspring, front fulls today. And then Reagan Tomey got a 8-8 over there on bars. Her jumps and leaps are exceptionally high too. She's a cheerleader as well, so she's kind of double duty right now. Cheerleading is another pretty intensive sport. Libby's a varsity cheerleader too.
So excellent performance there for Elizabeth Tippmann. You know, you look at all the different sports out there, if there's any sports that these girls can kind of seamlessly transfer over to, it's got to be that competitive cheer. And Bishop Dwenger obviously year in, year out competing for national titles in that sport.
They have a lot of girls that do go on and compete at St. Francis, the cheerleading for St. Francis. And they're going to, nationals this weekend?
Yeah, they're in their 3rd year of competitive cheer. They took 5th at nationals in their first year. They finished national runner-up last year.
Wow.
And this year they go in with the highest mark. So
wow.
Coach Elder said, the upper-end talent is not as good as he had in the past years with Brian Tryon and Brittany Tryon from Bishop Dwenger, but instead of having some real strong performers at the top, all of his athletes are very similar to where there's no flaws. No one overly excels, but everybody's really good. So, and then obviously with Ryan joining us as a freshman, he was named All-American this year. Maria Tryon was named All-American. And we had somebody from Cherubusco and DeKalb as well.
Wow.
That were named All-American. I'll grab those for you.
Jeremy Elder is a really good coach, too. I graduated high school with him. He's a really nice guy. He works them very hard, knows what they're capable of, and knows exactly how to push them to get that excellent finish.
And 100%, he said right now all he's looking for is 0 deductions.
Zero deductions. So he doesn't want to ask a whole lot, huh? Just perfect. That sounds like Jeremy. Ryan competed for Summit Academy Gymnastics. Very talented. I think he ended up level 9 gymnast. He went to a bunch of state championships. So he's pretty talented too.
And then cheered at Purdue.
Yes, that's right. He's a good kid too, hard worker.
Yeah.
You'll notice I say that a lot about gymnasts in general. That's a common theme.
Got Elkhart Central on the beam. Ready for a dismount.
That's an interesting full turn. Did you see her prep into that, Lindsay?
Yeah, there was no swing into it at all.
No kick, no swing. Almost looked like she was just going to do a heel snap. I think I like full turns done that way now. My wheels are turning. Just looked so nicely under control. Elkhart's having a good day on beam.
So Sophia Wright Turflinger up now for Bishop Dwenger.
She's a very pretty pose. She's a very dramatic gymnast.
Does that help in scoring?
It can. Depends how you sell it. She's very good at selling it. So it definitely works for her. And she's one that makes up all of her own routines. Very pretty 1.5. They've had, everybody that's done the 1.5 today has looked really good.
She has a really cool, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a Shushinova, but she doesn't even use her hands. She just does a back layout
right into a layout
straight
to her stomach. And she has those arms out, so there's no mistaking. She does not use those arms. But yeah, that'll be really neat. That's why that light blue mat's out there. It's for that landing. I always like knowing it's coming and no one else does, and you hear this big gasp in the crowd. So here it is. Yep. Who are we kidding? She doesn't need that mat.
She doesn't.
She's amazing. Yeah, very, very good. Putting together a really nice floor routine today, so I see her finish up there.
She took 3rd at sectional.
Beautiful. Yeah. Probably the best floor routine we've seen yet today. Yeah, she knows. That was good. Coaches like that one. Big smiles over there for her.
Elkhart Central up next on the beam.
(9-0) for their last competitor. Having a good day on beam over there.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, surprisingly so. Wow.
So is this Elena? Annalena?
Yeah, I believe so. They're the only ones that have their team name across the back of their leotards. That's different. I think I like that.
I like it.
Now we just need numbers.
She was going into her tumbling series and she missed the connection, so she's going in for a second try.
So she's being intelligent. Really thinking about. Oh, wow.
Good. That was nice.
That was neat. Definitely. Very high difficulty right there. I was going to say back handspring is the most difficult series we've seen, but that, I don't know. What do you think, Lindsay?
Well, the back handspring is a much faster pace. It's either you do it or you don't do it, whereas the back walkover, you have more opportunity to control.
And we got the first pass coming up here on the floor. That was Rachel Landstoffer.
That was a front handspring, front layout into a front tuck. Just didn't get enough height on that tuck. Preparing for her second pass. Okay, front handspring, front layout. Now she's smiling again, so it's really hard to fall on that first pass. Keep it together for the rest of your floor routine. It's just so disappointing. These girls work so hard.
That was your last competitor for Bishop Dwenger in the floor.
Yeah, and they'll move on to vault.
Did we see a score yet for Sophia Wright Turflinger?
I haven't seen one. I know there's. I know it was flashed.
He must have missed it.
So that'll leave Carol. Carol was huge in the floor at the Concordia sectional.
Yeah.
Their top finisher was Ella Smith. She took 5th in the floor. She's a sophomore. Those our competitors get to their next event. We'll take a short break. You're watching IHSA Gymnastics Regional here at Huntington North High School, brought to you by SummitCitySports.com.
Dude, is it just me, or is there a lot?
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
McClung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball.
Floor.
All right, we are back here at the floor.
Ashlyn Steinke again. This might be her really complicated front pass. Oh, looked a little better in warm-up.
Ashlyn finished in 18th place with an 8.825 at sectional.
Setting up for a second pass. Another nice 1.5. Double back handspring to a full.
So a nice routine there for Ashlyn Steinke. Over on the vault, we have Homestead and Dwenger, with Homestead competing first.
And is Wawasee up on bars?
Yes.
Yes. They're going to be interesting to watch because they're tailing over there. They could easily.
We have Megan Beer, the first competitor for Wawasee, Regan Atwood, second.
See what kind of difficulty they've got. Hit a stop. You don't want to stop in the middle of your bar routine like that. It's usually a 110 deduction.
Alyssa Minix and Jada Parsnot wrapping out the top 4 for Wawasee on the uneven bars. You see this a lot more with these athletes where they have the circles.
Oh, cupping?
From the cupping.
Yeah.
And now I've been hearing needling a lot too with the athletes as they nurse their injuries, get back in competition.
McKinley's had some pretty serious Achilles tendon injuries. I think she's had surgery on both of her ankles. Yeah, she's another one that doesn't do a lot of back handsprings. So let's see what kind of floor routine she puts together here. Yeah, because that was a round off right into a 1.5. And Wawasee just finished on bars. She had a disappointing fall on the high bar. It looks like Homestead's about ready to go on vault.
McKinley finished 11th at sectional. The sophomore had a 9.125.
She just did an Arabian for that pass. It's a round off half turn into a front tuck.
Now Catherine's vault from Homestead. That entry, I've never seen that done before, doing the full twist.
The full twist entry, full off. Her vault is worth a 10. It's one of the most difficult vaults that we're going to see here in the state.
She's just like a spin top. She twists so fast.
I know. I asked her one time, I was like, how do you know where you're at in the air? And she goes, I have no idea. Yep.
Once again, we're talking about Homestead?
Yeah. Catherine's got a really cool vault.
Was that her first pass? Or first
she was
attempt?
just warming up.
Okay.
Lindsay wanted to comment on it because it's just so different and unique.
I've never seen that before. I've never seen anyone compete it before.
It's the Calb on the beam. Megan Carr, the first competitor for Homestead. Yana Weir, Olivia Cronin, and then Catherine Milne.
We've got Jillian Huffman on floor for Carol. She's got some powerhouse tumbling too. Another blind landing. So hard to stick in the corner and stay in bounds.
I think the toe was out just a little bit.
Smidge. That's what it looked like to me too.
Regan Atwood is up on bars. Nice, Joe.
She just attacks that suicide. That's that forward flip you see to her right leg and her rear. Last pass. Layout step out. Nice stick. Just saw, looked like Yana Ware vaulting in the background, and it looked like she vaulted onto her back. Did you see that, Lindsay?
I was not watching. I didn't see that.
So she'll have one more attempt coming up.
Yeah, she'll have one more attempt, and they take the best one.
Didn't realize that was her competition vault.
Well, people clapped afterwards, so I'm going to go with yes.
There's another double twist on floor. Did you see that?
I'm super impressed with Elkhart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've put together a strong side this year. There's a lot of good gymnastics going on today. All right, that was Yana's second vault. She went ahead and stood that one up. Looks like we'll have Ella Smith next on floor. And Wawasee's getting ready for their third competitor on bars.
I think that's Jada, isn't it?
Is that Jada?
They had a change in lineup.
I know they did. Maybe gymnasts do need numbers for high school.
So we can track them?
Yeah, definitely.
So it'll be Olivia Cronin up next for Homestead on the vault.
There she goes. Nice and high. Good job, Olivia. Yana Ware got a 9-0 for her vault. And Ella's up on floor. Ella's worked so hard to get her dance nice and graceful this year. I told her I didn't even recognize her at sectionals. It was so beautiful. She was so confident. That's new. I think that's usually a layout.
Yeah.
Carol's definitely having a good go here on floor. And we've got Catherine Milne getting ready to go on vault. Like Lindsay mentioned before, very unique. Full twist entry.
So we'll keep it on Milne here. This is our first attempt.
I get so excited waiting for them to go. Like I can hardly sit in my seat. There she goes.
That was actually a slower twist than her normal for her entry.
Well, I think it's because she came in so high that she had all the time in the world to twist. But sometimes she barely touches her fingertips. She's so powerful. It's like she doesn't even need that block off the vault table to get her second twist around. So we'll see what her entry looks like this next time. But yeah, usually she doesn't come in that high. And there's no rule about how fast you spin. That look better to you?
Mm-hmm.
She likes it. She's happy. And look at her teammates.
I don't think I've ever seen her not happy. Even when she broke her elbow, she was still had a smile on her
Right,
face.
yeah. And she's another one that does an additional all year round sport. She does horseback riding, and she competes that in the summer. And that's another one that's good to kind of go right into from gymnastics. When you fall off a horse, you're really, really good at falling after being in gymnastics for so long, because one of the skills you actually pick up along the way is you learn how to fall and try to fall safely. So we've got Elkhart up here on floor. Is that Ellie Dobson? They had some pretty impressive warm-up passes. We were getting ready for Catherine Milne's vault. The scores are in for Carroll and Homestead, and I was right. Homestead did outscore Carroll on beam. That's interesting. We're going to have fun here on floor in a little bit.
Well, looking at the scores so far, it's looking like Carroll far and away is in the lead. The next closest would probably be Homestead and Elkhart Central. Bishop Dwenger obviously still up there as well with the one score of 27, which came in the third event of the beam. So the beam being Dwenger's best event, but that was also Carroll's, well, easily Carroll's best event. They had the 28. Was Carroll's 28 on the bars and the 27.4 was in the beam?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they're having a good meet.
So Carroll excelled on the bars. Looks like Homestead was in second, Dwenger in third.
Yeah, Carroll usually is able to put all three of their scores in at 9s or above.
So we got Bishop Dwenger now warming up on the vault. Carroll took 1, 2, 3 in the event at the sectional with McKinley Carroll, Jillian Hoffman, and Ashlyn Stanke. And they took a 27.975 in the vault. It was the first event for them on the day.
Dwenger could be close.
DeKalb's right behind Carroll in the vault with a 27.85.
Like I said, this is fun.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot to keep track of.
So, well, there's a lot to keep track of, but it's so close. That's what makes it so hard to keep track of.
So next year, 4 screens, all 4 events, all the time.
Yes.
And we'll just be going back and forth.
I think that's a great idea. We can just talk back and forth and just keep the screens.
She's a fun dancer on the
Yeah,
floor.
she is.
This is Skylar Reveal.
She had a lot of height on both of those tucks. Really peppy and bubbly. Those are always my favorite routines to watch. I mean, the really pretty, elegant ones are fun, but those peppy, bubbly ones just seem to stick with you.
More important to be graceful or powerful on the floor?
Oh, you have to be both.
My answer was going to be yes.
Yeah. Yeah, gymnastics is not for the faint of heart. I like this floor routine. And apparently a lot of people did too. Very nice. Doyle are still warming up on vault, so we haven't had any scores yet from them.
It's going to be Aliana Vanderswag, the last competitor for Elkhart Central. A big beam there for Plymouth. Kyla Heckman.
Looks like her coach is telling her that she forgot to do a skill. She's just now realizing that she did. Oh.
It's a lot to keep track of.
And she just told her it was a 4/10 deduction. That's almost half a point. That's pretty big. That's disappointing.
Dwanger's first vault.
Jenna Ferris. Jenna's been injured. She had to take a lot of time off in the summer and early fall. The really pretty severe injury. So she just came back from that, and then she injured her left ankle. You can see she's got a pretty big brace on right now. Injured her left ankle at a the Concordia Invitational. Limping a little bit right now. Looks
that was
like
the invite that Elaine Cornwell won.
Yes, yes. And it looks like they're just going to have her do one. It's a good decision. And then Ava will be up next.
Ava Stahl.
And she's got a Souk.
She's a freshman.
Yep.
Took 10th place with a 9.05 at sectionals.
Tensions are running high. I can kind of feel it. What do you think, Lindsay?
Yeah, it tells it.
Yeah, everybody's kind of, yeah.
The judge has been trying to get her attention. She's just in her own world.
Right, she's very nervous.
Great vault there for Emma Stahl. Here on the floor is the last competitor for Elkhart Central, Vanderswag.
We're getting this glittery tape. Where's everyone finding this glittery tape from? It's pretty cool. If you're going to tape something, it better be glitter. There goes Ava for her second vault. Doesn't have a very high pre-flight. It's going to make getting off the vault table and into that tuck position a little more difficult for her, but that was pretty good for Ava. Elkhart's really got these peppy routines. I'm really enjoying them.
Oh, the switch ring. You don't see that very often.
That was pretty cool. I love how unique 4 can be. That was really nice. That was a front full out of a front handspring.
So it looks like we got Sophia Wright Turflinger up next for Dwenger. Is that right?
Yep, she's got a Yurchenko. Be interesting to see if she tries to pike both of her vaults. Be worth a 9.8, I believe.
I think Shilo Miller is still the score to beat.
I think that's the highest score we've seen all day on any event today.
That was the 9.7.
Yeah. And she had that laid out, Yurchenko. Both hands down. She's pretty upset with herself.
She's a pretty dynamic gymnast in that, I mean, all of her moves look accentuated.
She's really strong, so she gets a lot of block and a lot of power out of anything and everything that she does. So that's why you see so much oomph from her. So it looks like she didn't get her chest up high enough when she was coming off of the vault table, which is why she landed short. So we'll see if she gets her chest up a little bit higher this time, then she'll have a little bit more time to land.
Sophia Wright Turflinger, her second attempt.
That was so much better.
There she goes. Relief.
You know, it's odd that vault is the last event still going. It's always been.
I know. That's what I told you. I'm kind of confused by the flow of the meet. Looks like bars is already done.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they've been on it. Those coaches have been on it over there, getting those bar sets finished quick. Yeah, I agree.
So Dwenger with one more competitor left?
I think so. Jenna's going next. Oh, wait, no. No, we've got 2 more. 2
more?
Yeah, we've got 2 more. So this is Rachel. Awesome. There's another repeat of last week, I think. She had some really great vaults last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's smiling. She's happy with that.
And last week, Rachel finished 5th with a 9.4 in the vault.
That's crazy. A 9.4 get you 5th place.
Yeah.
Kind of tells you how close these competitions are. Because we're out to, what, hundredths of a tenth? And here's your second attempt. A little slow coming off the vault table. Didn't get a powerful block that time. But I'll take that first vault. She's happy with it.
So we can only assume they go in order of kind of best scores in the event. So the last person to go would be your best.
Your anchor, like your anchor position?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, yes. Doesn't always happen that way. You want to hope you get your best score for your best gymnast. So we've got Jenna Ferris up. She's going to do a piked souk.
Jenna took 11th last week at the sectional with a 9.0. Looks like Rachel got a 9.475.
Slightly higher than last week.
The 9.475, is that on her second vault, or is that the best of the 2?
It's the best of the 2.
Yeah.
The second vault?
It's the best of the 2.
The best.
Yeah, so I'd say that was probably the score from her first vault.
The first one.
Yeah.
Jenna Ferris
She's getting ready to go. Yes. Yes. That's a big deal for her. That's a big deal. I think, I don't know definitively, but I think that is the first time she's landed a vault in competition in a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just that ankle injury is very painful. I think one she did a couple of weeks ago, she did land, but then her ankle swelled almost immediately, so that was kind of a setback for her. So I think she's pretty happy with that. I'm happy with that. Okay, here she goes. So let's see if we can get the knees a little bit straighter. And
ooh, that was nice.
Okay, that one was nicer. Yeah. Good for her. That's gonna make her day. I think that concludes competition.
So we'll wait on the awards. We're going to take another break up here in the booth. When we get back with you, hopefully we'll have the results from today's meet, and we'll try to get a few interviews from some of the athletes. You're watching IHSA Gymnastics Regional Action at Huntington North High School, brought to you by SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, guard!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
Long with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at ONE, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
Plong with the dink.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete.
Welcome back, everybody, to Huntington North High School, the field house, where we're going to do a couple interviews.
With us, she is a senior from Dwenger, and she just did an amazing vault. She got a 9.25. She's also coming back from an ankle injury. Jenna, do you want to tell us a little bit about what was going through your head right before you vaulted?
Okay, so normally before I vault, I have to just like clear my mind, but I was so nervous today because of my ankle injury, and I wanted to do good, so I just like cleared my mind and focused on what I needed to do, and it worked out.
What do you think was a highlight for your team today?
I think that when we first got here, our spirit was kind of down, and then as the meet went on, we kind of picked our spirit up, so I think that was probably the best part.
Good. Thank you very much, Jenna.
So it's got to be tough, obviously, entering the competition. Bishop Dwenger going without their top gymnast, but obviously putting together a great routine today here. Obviously, I think throughout the course of this meet, we've thought that Carroll has been the strongest. They're posting the scores right now, and Carroll has a 111.075, which is a strong, strong total.
Very much so. That's close to their total they had in the sectional, or is it even higher?
Sectional score for Carroll was a 111.775.
Okay.
So
all right.
Down just a little bit, but still a score that's worthy of some of the top scores in the state from years past. Back in the 2013-14 season, Valparaiso won it with a 111.85. So right up there.
They're definitely going to be bringing in some competition at state next weekend.
Obviously a fun time for the gymnasts now that everything's kind of settled. The nerves are over. Get to hang out, get pictures taken with your teammates. It's the team camaraderie, I imagine, is one of the things you missed most about competing.
You know, that is great, and it is like amongst the teams here. So a lot of these girls, they work out at the gyms together. And so I just think the camaraderie has changed over the years where it's like, oh, well, you're on that team, so I'm not going to root against you. And so now they're all rooting for each other because they're gym teammates as well.
So it looks like Pam has a Carroll gymnast, and she's going to be back here in 1 second. That's Jillian Hoffman, I do believe, who had a great meet today.
They're currently doing a photo shoot right now, so we have to wait like 5 seconds.
And trust me, you cannot interrupt that because you don't want to be the one that's not in the picture. So that's one of the things you learn as a media person is kind of got to let them get their picture taken with their teams, especially after sectional championships. Carroll, if they can win this regional championship, it'd just be the second ever in the school's history. 2010 was the first regional championship. So I got to believe that Carroll is a team that's on the rise here in the Fort Wayne area, an area that's been pretty much dominated by Homestead and Dwenger in the past, and I'd say most recently Dwenger. So here we go. Pam's all set.
I've got Jillian Hoffman with us now. Hi, Jillian. You put together a phenomenal effort today. Carroll did amazing. Looks like you guys did much, much better than anybody else on bars. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
We've been working on bars really hard, so I'm glad we could put it all together today. Ashlyn actually beat the school record today on bars, so that was nice. She had a really nice routine. And we knew when Ella had a little mishap that we all had to pull it together, and we did. So
good. You guys work together really well as a team. I'm happy to see that for you. I think that's all I got for you today. Okay. I'll let you go finish your photo shoot. Thank you.
So once again, very exciting for Carroll. Ashlyn Stanky, a new school record on the bars. So good job for her. Carroll, once again, looking like the favorites to pull off their second ever regional championship here at Huntington North. Now tonight, the Carroll boys basketball team will be competing for the East Noble sectional championship as they'll be taking on Northside. You can watch the action here at SummitCitySports.com. We will also have the championship from the Huntington North sectional, which will feature Homestead versus Huntington North. Huntington North probably played in the most exciting game in the state last night. Hank Pulver hitting a buzzer beater three-pointer to win it. A 1-point victory over Wayne High School. At New Haven High School, Angola will be taking on Concordia. Concordia ended up finishing 9th in the SAC, but now playing for a sectional championship really just speaks to the strength of the Summit Athletic Conference. And then up in Hamilton, we have Black Hawk Christian taking on Lakewood Park.
So Black Hawk Christian did not win a sectional last year, looking to get a sectional this year. They are the #1 ranked team in the state. You're not going to find many 1A schools that have 3 players over 6'8". So you got Jared Hofer, Drake Thompson, and Caleb First. Caleb First, one of the top freshmen in the country, playing for Coach Davidson, Mark Davidson, over at Black Hawk Christian. We will be following them. Many people expect Black Hawk Christian to win the Hamilton sectional, so then they will compete at the Culver Community High School Regional a week later. The winners of the Huntington North and East Noble sectional will be traveling to Logansport to compete in the regional. Elkhart Central score came in at a 108.075. And I know both Pam and Lindsay were very impressed with their floor routines. Elkhart Central doing a great job here today at the regional.
You know, they only finished 8/10 behind Bishop Dwenger.
Oh, wow.
So had there been one less fall, or actually need to be at least 2, or one less bobble, then they would have beaten Bishop Dwenger and gone to state this year.
And that in itself seems like a win for a lot of these schools.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Homestead with a 109.
That was their beam right there. That's what helped.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Catherine Milne didn't exactly have the floor routine that she wanted, so you could really expect that Homestead score to be a little bit higher at
right.
state.
Absolutely right. I don't think she had her best bar routine either. So, I mean, if she cleans that up a little bit more, then, yeah, like I said, watch out for Homestead.
Really, I don't want to say that gymnastics seems like a game of chance, but some of these falls and stuff just seem like it's a half an inch away from being perfect.
It is. It is. Sometimes it's just the littlest misstep that can make it or break it, win it or lose it. And, I mean, this, like I said, we've got tenths, and you want to try to hang on to every little bit you can because, that can determine the very end of it, make it or break it.
It really does speak, though, to the preparation like you were talking about. This is 12 months, kind of 365 days out of the year type of sport. And especially to be on that stage, just you in the event. You do have your teammates to help bail you out in the team competition. But it's pretty intense. I mean, there's a lot of focus on these athletes. It takes a lot of courage to get out there and do what they do.
There's a lot of pressure. And I can tell you, like, after just coaching these girls for so long, the outside pressure is nothing compared to the internal pressure they've got going on inside.
Sure.
Like, they do. They really take every mistake to heart. They probably sit at home and replay every little thing. And even when they do something good, you see them celebrate, but on the inside they're thinking, what can I do to improve that skill? How can I make that more perfect? So just the inside chatter that goes on is just really, really hard to tune out sometimes.
Well, it'll be exciting in the future to get more coverage for the area's gymnastics. Obviously, I would say of all the sports in the state, this area is probably best represented in gymnastics, unlike any other sport that we have in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I would say so. I think it's just really fun to watch. And I noticed with the sport of gymnastics, you get a lot of alumni that come back. Like Lindsay and I were both alumni. And, you know, once you get the gymnastics bug, it kind of sticks with you. And there's a lot of families that are involved in the sport. We've got coaches from Carroll, their husband and wife. Then we've got the Poinsett sisters that coached Dwenger. And when you're in it for years and years and years. And I think that's what helps keep the interest so high.
Yeah, and especially at Dwenger, you just kind of notice it goes all the way into the Summit Academy. It goes to I think there's a new cheerleading competitive cheer place that just popped up. Coach Jeremy Elder had me put it on his Facebook fan page there. But
yeah, once again, sounds like Jeremy.
the buzz, you know, especially with the cheerleading, it just seems like it's growing. Like you said, some of the numbers have been down in gymnastics, but hopefully the increased exposure that I know we plan to bring the sport. And once again, I do want to go back to Coach Jeremy Elder. So 4 All-Americans in his third year. His first year had 0 All-Americans, had 3 last year. In his first year, he had Brittany Tryon, so obviously she was an All-American.
Right. She's right out of Summit Academy, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of a plug here.
Well, the thing is, in competitive cheer, there was nobody that could do what she could do out there. And I believe she competed for a state all-around championship.
Yeah, she did. And she was regional vault champ her senior year here just a couple of years ago. I've known her since she was this little tiny redheaded little baby running around trying to get everybody to play with her, and just to see how much and how talented she is now is just amazing. She was a really, really, really good all-arounder.
Well, her brother Brian was in the inaugural class of All-American at St. Francis. So her sister Maria is just a sophomore, was named All-American this year. And then Caitlin Marlowe from DeKalb High School out of Auburn, a sophomore named All-American.
Also a former gymnast.
Okay, Ryan Mckendree,
yep,
who's one of the top state gymnasts last year.
Yep, out of Summit, yes.
Ryan's like 6'2", 6'3", so to see him fly through the air is really, truly unique. Something you'd want to go to our Facebook page, the University of St. Francis Cheer, just to kind of see him doing his thing. And then lastly, Carly Turner, who's from Columbia City High School, but she's out of Fort Wayne. So I'm assuming that's another girl that maybe you guys have seen train?
I don't recognize that
her.
name.
Have you seen her?
Maybe could be a cheerleader.
Yeah, could be.
But yeah, I mean, what Coach Elder's done, to be honest with you, I mean, in my mind, he's becoming the face of competitive cheer in the NAIA. I mean, he commands a lot of respect. He runs the Crossroads League meet.
I know another interesting fact about Jeremy.
One of many, I'm sure.
Well, no, this one speaks volumes about cheerleading. Is he could tumble. He taught himself how to tumble when he was younger, and he was really, really good at it. And I think it was maybe our sophomore or junior year at Dwenger. He wanted to be a cheerleader, and he was the first male cheerleader at Bishop Dwenger.
Oh, wow.
And he was like the best one on the team. So it was really awesome, and they could enter into a different category when they would compete for national titles because they had a male cheerleader on their squad. And ever since then, I really think that's helped propel interest in the male cheerleaders too. So he's been instrumental in that as well.
Well, that's fantastic. And currently right now, I feel like one of the top up-and-coming sports is women's wrestling. And, the success of Ronda Rousey and MMA, I see that as a sport that's going to continue to grow. But, the lack of numbers that we have in Fort Wayne for wrestling is really eye-opening. It's awful. And that's something that we're really going to focus on as well, is to get the numbers up in wrestling in this area. But gymnastics-wise, Fort Wayne never seems to let you down, when it comes to statewide. And once again, coming from Dwenger, I know Rose Nix, what the job she's done there is really second to none. I think you're talking about a Hall of Fame, an IHSAA Hall of Fame coach right there.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
And Dwenger's closest to us on the mat.
They're got their heads turned and they're looking at the tallies.
And the tallies are in. Carroll at 111.075. The winners. Homestead at number 2 at 109.575. Bishop Dwenger taking 3 at 108.825. And then we have Elkhart Central right behind them.
Wow.
108.075. And then we have DeKalb 104.7. and Wabasee at 104.325. On camera today is Balin Height, senior at Carroll High School, doing just a fantastic job for Summit City Sports, and really a huge key to helping us grow here in our third year. Balin plans on heading to Ball State to continue his education with multimedia, highlights, and broadcast. So once again, heading down to state from this competition, the top 3 teams.
Yes, that is correct.
And all 3 of those teams pretty much used to competing at state.
I would say so. Maybe not as a team.
Not as a team, yeah. I would say all the schools have, like Dwenger usually goes to state every year, but Carroll and Homestead don't always go down as a team.
Well, that's the thing that has changed. So now that the top 3 can go, there's more opportunity for them to get that state experience, whereas before there was only 2 teams qualifying out of the regional.
Sixth place from Elkhart Central, Atlanta Benjamin.
So all of these competitors that are getting announced, all of these girls will go down to compete at state.
Excellent.
From Homestead is Catherine Milne.
Catherine Milne taking 5th place in the vault.
Fourth place from Dwenger is Rachel Landstopper. Third place from Bishop Dwenger, Jenna Ferris.
Jenna Ferris finishing in 3rd place. Outstanding.
I'm really happy for her.
From Carroll, Ashlyn Stanky.
Ashlyn Stanky taking 2nd place for Carroll.
No surprise there.
Shilo Miller.
Yeah, definitely. There she knows it.
Shilo Miller taking 1st place in the vault with a 9.7.
I mean, that's going to be a state high right now.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to be.
It was a beautiful vault. Well deserved.
So up next will be the bars.
You have any guesses who won bars, Lindsay?
You know, I didn't see a lot of scores.
They weren't keeping them up very long.
Sophia had a great routine.
Yeah.
From Dwenger.
I would agree.
I would probably say Sophia.
Probably see another Carroll gymnast up there too.
Second place for Bishop Dwenger, Sylvia Wright Turner.
Close second. Close second.
Close enough.
With a score of 9.6 from Carroll is Ashlyn Stanky.
Her routine was really nice.
So Ashlyn Stanky taking the bars for Carroll. And that was a new school record that she produced on the bars.
Next up is for B. 6th place from Elkhart Central, Atlanta Zoa Venturesway. It was a 3-way tie for 6th place. Also is Catherine Milne from Homestead, and from Carroll, Annalie Steinke. Excellent Steinke.
A little bit of a name mix up there.
5th place from Homestead, Olivia Cronin.
This is the beam.
From Wawasee is Reagan Atwood.
Wawasee's first competitor.
3rd place from Bishop Dwenger, Rachel Landstopper. 2nd place from Carroll, McKinley Carroll. And 1st place from Homestead with a score of 9.475 is Yana Ware.
So Yana Ware winning it. She had a 9.475 in the beam.
That's a big deal for her. Just want to point out that that's a Homestead gymnast that won beam.
Next up in the score, 6th place, we have a tie. Elkhart Central for 6th place is Skylar Riddell. And also from Wawasee, Reagan Atwood.
That's excellent. So both will get to continue on with the tie?
Absolutely, they will.
We have a tie.
That's the best way to do it.
It is.
From Carroll is McKinley Carroll.
So what's great about if you're an all-around competitor, so even if you didn't score in the top 6, if you score the top 6 for all around, you still get to go and compete every single event.
Third place from Carroll, Alice Smith.
But it's very tough to be an all-arounder.
2nd place from Elkhart Central, Atlanta Venturesway. And first place, she is an individual from Huntington North with a score of 9.35 is Danielle Coral.
Very good for Huntington North.
So Danielle Coral wins the floor with a 9.35.
Looks like they had to kind of shuffle around ribbons. I'm going to guess because of the tie.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad they don't cut like the regional ribbons in half when there's a tie.
That's the worst. You go home with half
a ribbon.
That seriously happens?
Yeah. Or they tell you to share if you're on the same team.
And finally, all around.
All around.
Yep.
Guys have a favorite?
No, I can't have a favorite. It's hard when you coach so many from so many different teams.
Or a favorite to win it? That's Stanky. For Carol, taking 5th.
No surprise there. No surprise there either.
Turflinger then taking 3rd.
Second place from Elkhart Central,
Wow.
She had a good meet.
She really did. Is that Jill?
37.175 from Carroll High School is McKinley Carroll.
It's an excellent all-around score.
I wondered.
McKinley Carroll, back-to-back all-around championships in the sectional and regional, so she's going to head into state with some momentum.
Watch out for her.
At this time, I would like to award team scores. For 6th place for team is Wawasee with a score of 104.325. 5th place with a score of 104.7 is DeKalb. 4th place with a score of 108.075 is Elkhart Central. 3rd place with a score of 108.825 is Bishop Dwenger. 2nd place with a score of 109.575 is Homestead. And the 2018 regional champion with a score of 111.075 is Carroll High School.
So Carroll High School wins their 2nd ever regional championship, their first since 2010. Congratulations to the Lady Chargers, the Concordia sectional champions, and now the Huntington North regional champions. Entering this season, would you be surprised if I told you that?
No, not at all. I see them at Summit all the time, so nope.
You know the hours that they're putting into it.
Yeah.
Again, this is a reminder that the state meet will be held.
Well, ladies, any last thoughts here before we sign out? Lindsay, it's been obviously a great regional here. Your first time broadcasting. Obviously, you're an ex-gymnast, graduate from Wawasee High School, trained girls in the area. Your thoughts on today?
Well, ESPN, here I come. So.
Right. I'd like a job. This is fun.
No, it is. It's a great meet, and I just love being able to, see my home school here with this competition, and then them going up against with some of the best teams in the state of Indiana. So it really helps them put on a competitive edge, and they did a nice job, a good score. So I just love watching gymnastics. I think that's my summary.
Pam?
I love the fact that we can broadcast this now. Like you said, let's bring some more attention to the sport. Let's wake everybody up to the wonderful world of gymnastics. I think this is the most excellent opportunity to get things going. I really enjoyed myself today. Looks like we have another up-and-comer on bars over there getting ready. Came in a leotard and everything. It's probably somebody's little sister. So, I don't know. I had a good time today.
Well, she's ready to rock, that's for sure. Well, on behalf of Balin Height, who's running the camera for you, doing a great job. He also ran the camera for you at the Concordia sectional. We had Lindsay Olson from Wawasee. She's a graduate from Wawasee and works in the area. And Pam Lapsley also working in the area, helping to train young gymnasts, the future state champions in the state of Indiana. My name's Jeff Mahoney. Folks, you're going to have to tune in tonight, 7:30 sectional championship games. We have 4 on tap. Actually, the New Haven sectional championship will start at 7 p.m. The Huntington North, East Noble, and Hamilton sectional championships will start at 7:30 p.m. So once again, thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful weekend.
That was so fun. So there are
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is a state-of-the-art facility that has become the home of sports in our region. Also the home of Parkview Sports Medicine with our new Ortho Express Clinic, AWP Sports, plus all kinds of club activity from basketball, volleyball, futsal, pickleball, and more. The Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Check it out today.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hits, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
McClung with the dink.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
If you're an athlete, you never know when an injury might happen. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine has made the new Ortho Express Clinic. Located inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, the Ortho Express Clinic has everything that an athlete would need, from physicians to athletic rehab and sports performance. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cronin.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Knipster, shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top.